Wow, good evening, another speech. Well, we have to do it properly. Guest of honor, chairman, dinner committee, all guests, welcome and good evening. We are here celebrating the dedication of the new Beth Menachem Chabad. And two guesses. Why is it called Beth Menachem? That is, carrying the Rebbe's name, which was Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. And let me tell you the story how it happened. Before the year of 2000, we were looking to expand Chabad programming to Newton. And I was sitting and talking to my good friend, Edmund Shamsi, and he said, yes, I see the need. I am happy to put down the down payment and renovate the building. But I have one condition. Okay, what is it? Well, I'll do it only on the condition if the building will have the Rebbe's name. Well, it took me a moment to think about it. And guess what? I agreed. And it is very interesting that when we have this formal dedication of this new beautiful facility, I happen to be, we are just several days away from marking the 20th yahrzeit of the Rebbe, which comes out Gimel Tammuz, the Hebrew date. This year's English date is July 1st. And I mentioned to you that we are marking the 20th yahrzeit of the Rebbe, but remarkably, there is a direct connection from the Rebbe to this building. And I'll share with you the story, with your permission. And this is the following. In the late 80s, and the very early 90s, I believe the last meeting was in the end of 91, the Rebbe agreed to have 2 days a year, one between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and the other one before the holiday of Pesach, to meet with the lay leaders of Chabad institutions throughout the world. And I was privileged to be in one of the early meetings. There was maybe 20 people. 1 or 2 meetings later, it exploded to 300-400 people flying in from all over the world for that opportunity to spend with the Rebbe personally for 2-3 minutes. And the meeting was not for the rabbis. The meeting was a time for the lay leaders to speak to the Rebbe personally with their families, whatever issues that might concern them. The rabbis were only there to introduce them, and end of the story. Well, our friend Fred Chenavsky, whom you met now, is a native of Worcester. His parents are Holocaust survivors. As a child, he attended a Chabad day school, I don't remember, till grade 7 or 8. Later on, he became a supporter of the Chabad day school. The rabbi of Chabad from Worcester, Rabbi Fogelman, invited Fred and Linda to come participate in one of those meetings. But he wanted also something special. He says, after you finish your private conversation, you must also ask the Rebbe for a blessing for the new girls' high school that we just opened. It wasn't exactly kosher, but it's okay. Well, after Fred finishes his conversation, whatever it was, Rabbi Fogelman wants to make sure that he gets his request. He gives him a nice little poke with his elbow to his rib. Hey, remember, You better ask the second question. And Freddy turns to the Rabbi and asks him, and tells him, we just opened up a new high school in Worcester. A matter of fact, we named it for the Rebbe, in memory of the Rebbe's mother, called Chana, and we would like the Rebbe's blessing. The Rebbe looks at him and tells him, we should have success in building a shul, a synagogue. They both look at each other and say, what happened here? Well, I'm sure the Rebbe didn't understand, didn't hear. So Fred goes second time. Well, we're asking the Rebbe's blessing for the new high school in Worcester. And the Rebbe tells him again, you should have success in building a shul. At this moment, they are completely lost. What's going to happen here? Rabbi Folkman doesn't give up. He gives him another good zets with his elbow, a poke in the elbow in his rib, and he is lost, but without a little chutzpah, he tells the Rebbe for the third time, Rebbe, we would like to have your blessing for the new high school in Worcester. The Rebbe answers him, I already told you, you will have a success in building a shul, period. Obviously, the conversation ends there, and there's a line of people, they got the message. Now, he walks away, he has no idea what the Rebbe is talking about. Rabbi Folkman has no idea. As a matter of fact, at that time, Fred did not know me, I didn't know him. It was completely out of the blue. The explanation I'll leave to you. The facts are, today, almost 25 years later, we celebrate the Rebbe's vision of building a new shul here in Newton, and Fred was the chairman committee who fought with the city, with the contractor, even with me, but he got it done. Well, I must tell you, I don't have the eloquency or the richness of the language to go explain you who the Rabbi is or who the Rabbi was. But I would like to tell you that there is now, just came out, 2 new books for that occasion. One of them for Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, the world-renowned scholar, with a book called My Rabbi, and then also by Rabbi Telushkin with a book called The Rabbi. And those books are reviewed by national media, Wall Street and others, and on the best seller list. And any of you would like to really to have a better idea, please get one of those books that will tell you the story as it is. In conclusion, I would like just to make one more comment. We are all descendants of our patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, and that's why the Jews are known to be a part of 12 tribes. One of the tribes is quite famous, the tribe of Levi. That's why we have today the Levites, the Kohanim, that we remember. The rest of the tribes, we really never kept the lineage, because after 2,000 years of exile, it didn't make much difference from which tribe you come. However, it's very interesting. Among those 12 tribes, there was 2 of them who created a special partnership. And those are Zvulun and Yisachar. Zvulun was a businessman, a merchant, had business with boats all over the world. Yisachar, on the other hand, was the scholar, sitting in the study hall, studying day and night. And they made a deal. Zvulun will support Yisachar on the condition that he gets 50% of the merit of studying the Torah. And interesting is that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, in his parting words, when he blesses every tribe specially, he gives the blessing to Zvulun, tells him, be successful in your business, and only then he says, and you, Yisachar, should be successful in your study Torah. And the rabbis explain, why is it? Because the study of the Torah of Yisachar can only happen because Zvulun is the one who supports it. And let me say, we are here all together It is a celebration of having another institution, another chain, another link in the golden chain to bring the future of Judaism to secure continuity. And it is not the rabbi's job. It is all of us. It is the job of all of us. It is the concern of all of us. And we are here celebrating as partners. We can only do, if you do your part, we can do and be successful only because you are the partners with us in every step of the success. And in this case, at this point, I really not want to thank you, but tell you a good job done. Thank you for being a partner. Our success is your success, and it's really all of our success to see Judaism flourish. And at this point, I would like to ask one of our partners, who was a partner with me for many, many years, I believe close to 35 years, one way or the other way. I think we met, we were both young people. And he agreed to be the chairman of this dinner. As my good friend Richard Slifka, and I'm very proud to be his friend. And I would like to ask Richard to come and present the award to the guest of honor.
So who am I and what am I doing here? As you might know, this is not the way I was brought up. My dad was an atheist and belonged to 5 shows. But he was very Jewish. And I guess I am too. No, Rabbi Prus. He's right. We figured out when he came in tonight, I've known him for about 35 years, a long time. So I was 40, he was about 30, same age as Sholem Bear, who I've also known for a while. Sholem Bear, where are you?
Here.
Okay, so can I tell the story? All right, so Sholem Bear, I really didn't know him well. I knew his sisters because Ross and I were invited to spend Sukkot with a rabbi in Brighton, and we went outside and ate the Sukkah, and his daughter Shadel, who's also here, a very attractive young woman. But then a girl, and she was like every teenager, a real pain in the neck. You know, she knew more than the rabbi, she knew more than her mother, she knew everything. But you know what was scary? She really did. So I got to know Sholem Bear a little bit later, and my brother had a very great experience with Sholem Bear, which shocked the heck out of me. So Sholem Bear, sort of a nice kid, quiet, good kid. So my brother, who had a fascination for automobiles, loved fast cars and special cars and everything. And he would always go to the car show. So he went to the show, and tell me, I don't remember where it was. Where was it, Sholem Bear?
Bayside Expo Center.
Bayside Expo Center. So my brother goes to the Bayside Expo Center, and who does he see looking at fast cars and fascination with cars? This little Chabad kid, this little kid, you know, what were you, 15? 13, okay. So my brother comes back and says, I can't believe it, Rabbi, Rabbi Prus's son. I saw him with a buddy of his running around looking at all the cars. I said, this is not what you'd call a typical Chabad kid. I know you're going to be very successful in Newton. So now, let me get to my real job today. So, I've known Jimmy Gould now for a few years, so probably longer than I've known Rabbi Prus. And so I used to be in the retail oil business, and I bought a company, and all of a sudden I find I have a new customer by the name of Charlie Gould, who was an unusual man, right? He was tough, and it was negotiation. Everything's a negotiation. I mean, he was honorable. He was a good man, but he was tough. It wasn't easy. And he, every once in a while, he'd drag along Jimmy, right? And like most fathers, me included, it wasn't easy on his son. I don't think I was easy on my son. I get it. So that's how I got to know Jimmy. Jimmy's a very unusual person. I don't know how he got here, but he's somehow... Be literal on me. He has established this incredible affinity to loving Jews of all kinds. Doesn't make any, and that's why he fits in so well with Chabad, because he doesn't care. Orthodox, not Orthodox, it doesn't make any difference. A Jew's a Jew. And he has played such an important part in every Jewish institution in this community. And I'm proud to know him. He's been a good friend. He tells me he loves me at least once a week. I can't figure that out. I get a little nervous. But I love him back. And you too, Paula. You know, I don't know how you've put up with him all these years, but God bless you. So, Jimmy, come on up. I got a little present for you.
I had something to say. I wrote this out, but I decided not to say it. Read it. I just want to say that this isn't basically an honor. It's a duty and a responsibility to help people who want to make this world better. And Rabbi Prus wants to do that. And Richie Slifka is one of the nicest people I know. And the key thing is, if you ask him, he will tell you he's a pessimist. But don't believe it. He is the most optimistic person I know. And when I tell him I love him, I really, really mean it. And I want to thank Rabbi Prus for helping us to have a nice Jewish community in Newton. And I really appreciate this, and I'm very thankful. Thank you. I'd like to just say one other thing. I have 6 rabbis that come to my office on a regular basis. 5 of them was because of Richie. And I am not kidding. And there was one rabbi, he's sitting in front of me, and Freddie calls up and he says, I've got another rabbi that wants to talk to you. And he tells me that his name. I says, well, he's sitting right in front of me. And it happened to be his brother was at Freddie's office, and his brother was sitting in my office. You can't write this stuff.
I would just like to tell you one thing. I do not come to Jim's office, he comes to me. At this point, I would like to thank our chairman, Richard, my good friend, for all he's done. And, you know, we all like something to remember, so I would like to present a 3D work of art, which represents Kosher Bracha, the cup of blessings. And the cup of blessings is something should be full and run over. When you make Kiddush, you fill it up all the way. So that cup of blessings should be filled full with happiness and health and success and much nachas for all of his kids.